Good morning, Fayettenam! Breaking news. We are hot this morning. It is today, August 7th. We're reading August 6th's paper of the Fayette Advertiser, Howard County's local news leader since 1840. I don't know if you guys are ready to go today, but I've been up since 5. I don't even need an alarm clock. Cody had to set an alarm to get here today, but I don't need an alarm because my daughter is singing E-I-E-I-O at 5:45 in the morning. So I'm good to go. We are going to read the Fayette Advertiser today and get rolling. If you don't know what the Fayette Advertiser is, it's the local Fayette newspaper. Can we see that okay? And we're just going to read and respond to it live off the cuff. With me this morning, I have Brenna O'Neill.
Hi.
And John Parker.
How's it going?
So right off the top, Bo Wells is sworn in as interim Fayette City Marshal. There's been some drama around this, but I don't know why. I think he's sworn in because David Ford retired. Thank you, David, for your service there. I think you did 24 years, which is a long time. And I also think Greg Lanham retired as well. If you read this article, it talks about in November, they're maybe going to talk about changing this to an appointed position instead of an elected position. I don't have many opinions on that. I guess if they did change it from an elected position to an appointed by the mayor, then the mayor race would maybe get more important.
That makes that matter more.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it definitely feels like the mayor race has not been important.
It's like, the presidential race matters if you want the Supreme Court to be a certain way.
Yeah, like one time I was told I should be mayor, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I didn't even clock it. I was told I should be mayor because, people want to hug you.
So you're a teddy bear?
That's weird.
Which I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to campaign for that. That's for sure. So anyway, Bo Wells, congratulations to you. I don't know Bo at all. Wells is a common name around here, and I think I saw him save a cat recently on the internet. Do you guys know Bo at all?
Nice. No,
Bo, you can come talk sometime if you want to. We can talk about
That'd be cool. He'd be a good
policing and stuff. Another big headline, Exchange Bank. You know what we're talking about today? Parking, because this is just going to be the parking news segment. Exchange Bank denies request for parallel parking. I'm just going to start reading this, and then I'm going to talk to you about how I feel about parking. But Exchange Bank of Missouri President Don Brown said the bank did not ask for the city to install parallel parking on Morrison Street alongside the bank's Fayette location. They referenced an article that was written saying that they requested it. Sounds like a lot of he said, she said, which doesn't sound fun if you're the editor trying to figure out who said what. And it's also appears to be maybe there was conversations that were like private that weren't so... Whatever. I will say.
On the record versus off the record.
Right, yeah.
About parking?
Yeah. Or I definitely remember things that my wife said that she never said. Or vice versa, right? Where she'll be like, you said this. And I'm like, I probably did, but I maybe did not. And you're totally taking advantage of the fact that I do not remember what I said. Which is why I should probably just record every conversation that I have now.
Oh, see, that doesn't work. So my teenagers do that.
Yeah.
You said A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
But I meant A, B, C, D in this other context.
Okay.
So you can use the same exact words. You can have a recording, but the context changes everything.
Well, and years can change the context too. I don't know what the conversation's related to here, but somebody could have said this years ago and entitled to change their opinion. Here's what I will say. I don't know if anybody's actually offering what the problem is we're solving. Do you guys feel like there's a parking issue in Fayette?
No.
You say no?
I'm from Kansas City.
Thank you.
Fine.
Okay. What do you think?
I don't think the parking issue is on the square.
Okay.
I think the square is fine. Until all the businesses are humming and the square is so full that you are having to park a block away, 2 blocks away to get to the square, I don't think the square is the issue. The parking for me is that I'm having to drive over a center lane on Church Street going past CMU. That's just my opinion. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But
Which CMU offered a solution to that too on Church Street.
And
Treegate, as I famously coined it.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think that would have been a beautiful project to have pulled off as well. And if we ever want to talk about that again, I'll plant some trees if that's the hang up. But I think the issue with issue with parking around the square. I don't know what problem we're solving. Like, I don't think we have a significant number of auto accidents that are happening around the square. I do think there is, I would say, like, when I'm crossing from sidewalk to sidewalk, that's a lot of space. I kind of wish that was safer, but I don't know if that's solved by more parking. I don't know. I think I haven't heard anybody state their goal around parking of, like, are we trying to make the square look more pretty? Because I don't think shoving more cars onto the square makes it prettier.
Right.
And I don't hate the idea of, if we have to push parking further into the city, hopefully you get to walk around our beautiful city, but there is parts of our city that aren't beautiful because maybe we don't enforce code around places in the city limits. So there's a whole plethora of issues that are involved in this thing, but I don't think anybody's ever stated the problem that they're trying to solve. I just think everybody's stating, I think this is the problem that we've decided we have. I'd rather work on, like, streets, or as somebody who has to pay. I think our city has one of the highest tax rates. I looked it up this morning. It's above average. It's in the top 83% of taxes in the state. We've got a CID. If we could push some money towards, like, some actual issues that I think the business owners want to see fixed, and I don't know if maybe I'm alone on the parking issue, but either way, I know we've got a lot of CID money sitting there that I don't know where that's going to. It does look like we've paid for, like, 3 parking studies, so that's great. But
we have roads with holes in them.
yeah, I do think we got some road stuff coming. JB told me that. But again,
Road
like,
stuff coming.
yeah, but again, like, you heard it here on
Okay.
this segment, but, like,
Breaking.
don't say, like, he could say that, but, like, he's not God. Like, it doesn't
that-
immediately come into
Fair.
action.
Yeah,
so.
is that on the off record
I don't
or
know.
off the on record?
I don't know. And nobody, like, I don't know. This is the show me state. I don't believe anything you say till you show me.
Sure.
All right. So that's a good way to hop off parallel parking. But folks, I think you need to state what problem you're trying to solve and say how reducing parallel parking is going to solve that problem. I don't think, for me, if you said, what's the biggest problem in Fayette, parking may not even be in the top 10 for me. There's a lot of other things that I would rather see energy and stuff focused on. And I do think having parking as an issue is a good issue to have. It means we have lots of people here that are trying to get around to places. CMU, if you want to donate your parking lot next to me, I could do something creative with that too. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Hey, this weekend is the Fayette Citywide Garage Sale, which is a fun weekend in Fayette. So if you pick up the paper, they've got a list of a lot of places that are for sure going to have garage sales, but I know there's more than this too. Are you guys, either of you, doing garage sales?
I don't know. I'm not adding that much work to everything I have to do right now.
Yeah,
I'm in Mr. Roberts' lockdown, so
heard.
single-minded focus right now.
No felonies in this paper this week.
What?
Good.
Bummer. We have 5
Disappointing.
DES singers selected for the Summer Honor Choir. That's cool. I don't want choir to go away. Miss Minor, if you ever want to come on here and sing with me, I think choir is important because it teaches you how to listen to other people.
And we had one homeschooler go also. He did not make it into the paper. But
What? There's a homeschooler on this?
yeah.
That didn't get featured?
He went to the same choir. He
Oh,
was
my bad. I'm just straight up covering this camera. Sorry, guys. Okay, so 6.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you happen to know that homeschooler?
Yeah, that would be my son.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick. There's a cool section in here that goes like 100 years, 75 years ago, all that stuff. That's fun to look at. The Fayette Festival of the Arts was a good turnout, it looked like. We went there, and I missed Mr. Murphy's food truck because, like, when they decide to leave, they just go. So that was a bummer, but I had some good food from, I think, one of the churches doing food there.
Cool story about the festival.
Yeah.
We performed a scene for Mr. Roberts, and someone was asking the booths nearby if we were actually having an argument.
Oh, that's good.
So
that means the acting's
That
working.
means it was good enough. People thought it was real.
Well, it's kind of like
which
when
was
you
cool.
show up to a flash mob and you're like, oh, everybody's dancing here, and then you
Yeah.
like try to get in on it. So yeah, or you sing with it. So that's good. They thought
Yeah.
it was real.
Well, someone saw you walking around in uniform, John, and said to me, I'm pretty sure that guy sells insurance. What? Yes.
That's awesome.
And he yells at random people
And
on the
yells
weekends.
at dudes on the stairs.
It's
Yeah.
our
Fine.
outlet,
It's fine.
y'all, because we can't yell at our customers. So.
Not allowed.
No. Preston's got a sweet picture in here playing his guitar. There was some bands playing, I know, on Saturday. I brought Henry into town. That was kind of fun. Thanks, everybody who came out to the Festival of the Arts and then also had ice cream that day. We had a good ice cream day, so I always appreciate that. Let's see. There's some land for sale, some advertisements. FHS Senior reports unforgettable experience at Rotary Leadership Conference. If you are looking to be a part of the Rotary organization, that's probably one of the healthiest, what I would call like clubs in Fayette. They meet weekly on Wednesdays, and you can even like get in for a lunch every time you do it. So if you're looking for a meal, you have to pay for it, but it's not that bad. A meal every Wednesday, and you get to hear. That's where you get all the hot gossip. Is at Rotary? What's going on in the town? I don't remember. It might be Angie Alphen who's the president right now. But anyway, how many minutes in are we in right now? 12. All right. Well, we got to get cooking here. So that's all for what's in the Fayette newspaper today. I would encourage all y'all. I don't know who's making the parking decisions or what we decide as a city are the big issues. But one way to make sure your voice is heard is to make your voice heard. You can do that by, I think Facebook gets read a lot. And I also think you can go to city council meetings. I always get frustrated when I do voice an opinion and somebody's like, well, you can and should voice that at the city council, almost in a way that like, if I don't voice it at city council, then it doesn't matter. But I think that's the point of having elected officials too, is we voice those issues to the elected officials, and then they carry that voice for us. So, but make your voice heard. I don't think parking is the biggest issue, but if that's the one that we want to solve right now, I think basic problem solving framework is identifying the problem that you're trying to solve. And if that is purely we need more parking, then great, state that. And then let's see if parallel parking solves that issue, or perpendicular parking solves that issue, or we all go in and buy a parking garage.
There's a big empty space behind that new Eagle Plaza.
I think it's where they park.
Yeah, that's student parking, I think.
Yeah, but you could
tear that thing up. You know, I know their project like doubled in millions of what they thought it was going to cost, so they probably are like, we're good. But anyway, cool. Hey, so this week I've got Brenna O'Neill on to talk about some things coming up in Fayette. Again, I'm going to try to do this every week and talk about and have people on to talk about some things coming up here in the future for Fayette. But a big recent development is called Grace and Truth School. Is that correct?
Grace and Truth Christian School.
Grace, and I should include that part. Grace and Truth Christian School. So, I remember early on kind of being asked to be in some of the involvement, but I just really didn't have the time to give it to it. So,
Sure.
But I know a little bit of the heartbeat. But Brenna, share where this came from, where it has gone from, and what it's going to.
Sure. So we started with there's not enough spots in the public school for preschoolers.
Okay.
We needed more room for preschoolers, not through any fault of the public school.
Right.
It just is what it is. So we looked into starting a preschool, and the way the law works in Missouri, it was much easier to start a school that has at least one grade K through 12. So we just have to offer kindergarten
Okay.
to be able to open the preschool the way we wanted to. So now we are opening K1 because project spread.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Good problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And people have asked if we're going to have more grades in the future. I don't know. That kind of depends on demand. We're really trying to meet the preschool need. And if that grows into something else, great. That'd be fine.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
So the original idea out of this was solving the problem of just not enough spots in preschool in Fayette. Okay.
Yeah, there's just not enough room.
So from that, tell me how all the development went in the middle. I mean, you just started bringing some people in and going, hey, we want to do this, or how did it go?
Well, I had to do a lot of reading. I've never opened a school. So
No, most people haven't.
Yeah.
You know, that is not a common hobby for most people.
just casually opening schools. I was
Like
a
stocks,
teacher.
just open and close them.
Yeah,
Open and
just
close.
yeah, it's fine. What could go wrong? I was a teacher in the public school, not in preschool. I was a middle school teacher, so almost preschool. Very similar, actually.
Probably, honestly. I think Maggie was talking about that in one of the podcasts was the brain development is very similar.
It's very similar.
Yep,
You have preschool, middle school, and then like freshmen in college. They're all kind of at the same level, a little bit.
That checks out.
Yeah.
I need to reflect on that.
That's what I'm doing over here.
They're just
Like,
kind of
oh
all on
my
the same
goodness.
stage. Yeah. I lost my train of thought with that. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so you had taught in a public school.
Yes,
Yeah, why is this your burden to bear, I guess?
Nobody was doing it, and I kind of thought I had a skill set that would make that happen.
Yeah.
I've been a homeschool mom for like 9 years, and I've been teaching in classical Christian co-ops, mostly special needs, actually. We kind of all glommed onto each other, mothers who had special needs children. So yeah, I've been training in classical education in a special needs classical homeschool co-op for like 9 years.
Wow.
So we're opening a classical school, obviously, because that's what I've been doing.
What does that mean?
So classical education looks back to how kids used to be educated, how we used to teach people, how Tolkien and Lewis were educated, and even further back. And it focuses a lot on the good, the true, and the beautiful. So we want to fill the students with what is good, what is true, and what is beautiful so that they can recognize it out in the world and they can put more of it out there.
Wow.
And as a Christian school, we see Christ as the source of all that is good and true and beautiful. And we teach from that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So is it happening like this fall?
It is happening. It is opening the 19th of this month.
Wow. Are you full?
We're not full.
Okay.
We are still taking enrollments. We're keeping the classes very small.
Okay.
But we have several kids. We're very excited.
What's the age range in there?
So up to first grade. So depends.
What's the floor though? Because like Ellie, my daughter, is going to the early learning center. She's 3.
Yeah, we take 3-year-olds.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. As long as they're potty trained.
Okay.
Yeah. Preschool, not daycare. We're not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say maybe I can get Ellie in on this, but she's not potty trained yet. So, but the early learning center says they can work on that.
Yes.
So that's good.
Yes.
So
we have a preschool room. Casey Vroman is our preschool teacher. Okay. And then kindergarten and first grade are combined in one classroom that I will be teaching.
How many in that probably? Or ideally?
The cap for that is 15.
Wow. Okay. So 1 to 15 ratio is what you're shooting for there. Sweet. So there's still time to get enrolled?
There is still time to get enrolled.
Okay. How would somebody do that?
You would go to our website, graceandtruthchristian.com, or Facebook, same name. And there's linked.
There's links to it.
How to enroll.
Sweet.
Pretty simple form.
And it's located at?
The First Baptist Church on the square in the education building. So there's 2 buildings to that church. The one with the playground.
Okay.
That's
one
us.
with the playground, across from Home Oil.
Yes.
Across from Fireside.
Yes.
For those of you who don't use directions in north and south, across from those places for sure.
Yes.
So still have time for enrollment. What's the day in the life for a kindergarten or first grader going to look like? Is it all day long?
It is for kindergarten, first grade. It is 8 to 3.
Okay.
Preschool's only half day.
Nice.
They don't need to be there all day.
No.
The whole school starts with chapel. So preschoolers will be with our kindergarten first graders for like mini Sunday school. And there's also a focus on memorization. So we'll be memorizing scripture. We'll have recitation time. And at preschool, recitation is like, what are the primary colors?
Yeah.
What's my last name? Right?
Yep.
And then it gets more complicated as they get older. And then they will split into their individual classrooms from there. Second grade and down with Memoria Press, which is the curriculum we are using, is a lot of reading, writing, arithmetic. Okay. So you don't have a lot of science, social studies. Those come in the sources we're using to practice reading and things, but it's your primary school from the one-room schoolhouse.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Lunch? Do they get lunch?
Yes.
Who's cooking?
They're bringing their own lunch.
Okay, gotcha.
Everybody brings their own lunch. It's a full hour combined lunch and recess.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Because we eat way too fast.
Yes.
Way too fast as Americans.
And that's one of my holdovers. Fair.
Well, I saw recently, I think the average meal in America is up from 8 minutes to 13 minutes.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. It used to be 45.
Yeah. Well, I was listening. I can't remember the guy's name, but he went on like a thing where he left his phone and family for like 2 or 3 weeks and went and lived with the Amish and went and lived with the monks.
Yeah. So
I can't remember his name. Something. Anyway, he said average meal was like 2 hours, and he was like stressed with how slow. Like we need to go do something, and they were like, "You need to relax." And I guess especially back in the day in an Amish culture too. And if I'm wrong, somebody can clean me up, I guess. I was going to say the Amish, but I don't know if they're watching this. Anyway, this is hard. Like, that's how you learn all the things that are going on in town, right? You share a meal with lots of people, and that's how you learn what's happening. There's no weekly Fayettenam news break to consume
like-
while you eat,
Sure.
Yeah, it's like social networking.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Man, maybe we should make a social media site based around food. Yelp. Okay, it's already done.
Yeah.
But okay, so
Yeah.
well, that's very cool.
Recess,
Who
lunch
all's involved
combined.
in this thing? Obviously, First Baptist taking on this as a host is awesome.
Yes, they're allowing us to use the building, which is great.
Yeah.
We do have a school board. There's 4. Yeah,
Okay.
there's 4 people
Awesome.
on the board. I'm trying to get some more churches involved.
Yeah.
Maybe in scholarships.
Mhm.
We'll see.
What's the rough
happens.
average tuition?
I knew you'd ask me that. I should have brought that with me.
You can ballpark.
So it's a little over $2,000 for preschool
Okay. For the year, semester?
for the year.
Okay. All right.
Um,
That's not bad.
no, we worked really hard to get it as low as we could get it.
Yeah.
And still pay teachers.
Right. Yeah. Was some of this rooted in like Heritage shutting down this past year of maybe solving some of that need?
There was already thought about this before that,
Okay.
but it did kind of
Yeah.
escalate.
Probably spurred it on.
Yeah.
No, I love at least seeing. I feel like this is where the church and Christians step up, is where we see a need like that to go ahead and solve that instead of asking somebody else to do it. So I'm really proud of you guys. That's super cool. And I hope it freaking crushes. If there's anything I can do, dude, I'll come teach like finance to these kids. That'd be fun.
To first graders?
Yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
awesome.
Dude, they got to learn how to count and not spend more than what they have. That's if y'all need basic financial advice, that's Dave Ramsey, and he's made millions just telling people don't spend more than what you have. So
Sure.
hot take, but maybe that's how I'll go viral. Is I'll just start yelling that. You don't spend more than you have. Idiot. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Dave Ramsey stick. So tag him in this. That'll trigger him. But so they got recess. They got a long lunch, long recess. Is the preschool half day in the morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're dismissed at 11.
Okay. So wait, what'd you say?
They're-
6?
They're dismissed at 11.
Oh, I thought you said it runs from 6 to 11. I'm like,
No, I will not be in that building at 6
I was
o'clock
gonna
in the
say,
morning.
no way.
Mm-mm.
Well, cool. What do you guys need right now? Is there anything the community can do for you guys?
I'm going to put out on our Facebook page a list of books we're trying to collect
Sweet.
for our read alouds.
Are there some examples of some?
They're classic old Winnie the Pooh,
Sure. Dude, okay.
Wind in the Willows.
Sorry. Abaya and I have wanted to write like a Henry's Kids.
Oh, that'd
storybook.
be precious.
Okay, we'll do it.
Okay.
We'll do it for the school. All
I'm
right.
glad that's all it took.
Sweet.
That's
Okay,
easy.
Great. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so just some basic like classic
Yeah,
book stuff.
Some,
Man, I'm
some
sure
classic
plenty of people
books.
have that laying around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people do. We'll always take donors.
Okay. Just financial, right?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And we're
what other practical needs? You staffed up?
Mhm.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep, we're ready to go for this year. We've had a lot of school supplies donated actually, so
Awesome.
that's great. There's not a lot we need when we're so low tech. We don't even have smart boards, and we don't plan to have smart boards.
Nice.
Not like no DVD players. It's very, very low tech on purpose.
Yeah.
So
Is there a deadline to enroll for this fall?
no,
Okay.
no.
right.
If when we fill up, then
Yeah.
no more.
Sweet.
But-
Great. John, you know anything about this?
I'm a member of First Baptist, so I've kind of
Yeah.
seen this from the periphery.
Yeah.
and,
Anything you would add then?
I think when you have something that is a Christian school, I think a lot of parents who aren't Christians may be wary
Sure.
of that. I've heard comments about that, and I would say that don't be worried about it. Like you're seeing one of your 2 teachers here. You're seeing the head of school here, who loves kids, wants kids to have good things, wants kids to be able to read. I think the drive of the classical education is teaching people how to learn, so that then when they get into science and specialized things, they know how to take that knowledge in.
Right.
And if you want your kid to be able to do that, this would be a great place.
Yeah.
This will help your kid learn how to read, be able to take in that knowledge, and as just a part of the philosophy of the school, the best good thing that they can give your child is telling them about Jesus.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's up to you and your child to deal with that information. But it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a very good thing, and not something to be wary about.
Yeah. And nobody's forcing you to go. So if you're super freaked out by the Christian thing, then don't go.
Yeah.
I guess.
Pretty easy.
But I would assume you're welcome to come if you're not Christian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I like hearing that, especially just learning how to learn versus just, and I'm not saying anything bad about the schools. I don't know how they learn in elementary school, but instead of learning how to regurgitate, learning how to learn, I think that's a good approach. And as well as you can do that with preschoolers, I'm learning that with a 3-year-old where
Sure.
I'm like, how do we train you to know the potty, you know?
Yeah.
And she loves songs, so we're just trying songs. That's
Oh,
how we're gonna do
absolutely.
it. So just like EIEIO at 5:30 in the morning. So well, thanks so much for being on. Really excited
Thank
for
you.
it. Tell us where we can get more information again.
On our Facebook page, Grace and Truth, and graceandtruthchristian.com is our website.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for doing that. Who was kind of the catalyst? You can say you.
It was me.
You can say you. That's fine. And who else? I assume Michael hopped on.
Yes.
out
Yeah.
of
Michael has
Love and
allowed.
obligation, right?
Mhm.
Yep. Derek Volkman, I know, has been a part of it.
Yes.
Who else?
Linda Overstreet.
Okay.
Shannon Briggs
Yeah.
is in on it. Joyce Taylor
Yep.
is on our advisory board.
And then the preschool teacher is
Casey Broman.
Casey Brown. Very, very cool. Well, thanks First Baptist for being able to and willing to hold that. That's exciting. And y'all,
shout out James.
yeah, shout out to
Oh,
James.
true.
for-
Yes.
Yeah.
James has been very supportive.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that's kind of the role of local church is to solve those needs where we can, especially. So good on you guys for doing that, First Baptist. So, all right, well, with that, we will wrap up the news segment. Look forward to next week. We're usually going to release this on a Thursday or Friday. I don't know. Continue to. I don't know. I got to find out. I got to come up with a closer for this news break.